Chapter 41. A Champion in Training.
Druferius was appalled at the level from where he had to take Shakan's retraining. If he hadn't seen with his own eyes that this was Shakan, he would have sworn it was someone else. It even crossed his mind that perhaps Shakan should retire. If he ever faced Raisha again, he'd certainly be a dead man. Shakan was not about to give up though. He remembered the degree of urgency in Mert's plea, as well as the flashed picture still vivid in his mind. It had to do with the great alignment, whatever that meant. Additionally, in order for him not to kill anyone, he'd have to be very good. The know-how was still in the residual memory, and Shakan's body still had lightning-fast reflexes. Fine-tuning his mind's control of the super body was required, and most of all, he needed to actually want to participate. It wasn't long before Druferius' disappointment changed to hope. What he saw emerging was finesse and precision superimposed onto the moves he knew as Shakan's. There was grace and art now, which Druferius had never seen before and found agreeable. It would be good for the sport. Missing, though, was his killer instinct, the determination to win at any expense. With a clinical perfection emerging, Shakan began to find it easy to counter anything that Druferius could throw at him. Further, he could take him if he chose to. This became evident to Druferius as well, but the missing ingredient still concerned him.
Where's the aggression? The passion? The love of winning?
Druferius questioned.
I can win without it.
This is a spectator sport. You must have passion, aggression as well, even if you don't want to hurt anyone.
Shakan thought about it.
You're right. I'll have to work on that.
Druferius considered the best course of action.
Don't worry. It will come back. When the crowds cheer and they're on their feet, it will come back.
Shakan pictured it. He could see the merit in Druferius' words. It was new to him, but he could do it.
Think of your woman and how proud she'll be.
Druferius touched a nerve. Yes, Lavinia deserved nothing less. And his unborn son came to mind. He hadn't come to grips with that yet. He'd grown to admire Lavinia, but the thought of her found an open wound. For her memory was still with him, like a queen, unavailable, a dream. Would she be proud of him?
You're dead, Shakan.
What?
Reality returned as Druferius held his sword to Shakan's chest.
Don't ever do that.
What did I do?
Drift off into your thoughts like that. It'll only take a moment for Raisha to notice, as I did, that your concentration has lapsed.
You're right, Druferius.
A new determination came to him. This was the here and now. Lavinia was real, and his son-to-be was real. He would make them proud. Druferius wouldn't be disappointed. And whatever destiny he needed to fulfill for Mert's belief in the great alignment, he was going to be very good. A new day arrived, and Shakan found a further extent to his retraining program. It took the form of a very large man with a wicked smile. Druferius also smiled.
This is Emsul,
He began.
a good fighter. And I had to negotiate a suitably good purse for him to face you. Plus, he gets a bonus.
A bonus?
Yes, a bonus. As you're a little out of shape, if he kills you, he gets a bonus, and a good one.
Everyone smiled, although Shakan couldn't quite see why. This sounded rather serious.
If I am to die in my first match, would it not be better that it be a tournament rather than a training session?
Lavinia laughed.
No, no, no. To kill in a training session is to draw blood, so make sure you don't let him. The amount of blood is not specified. Often it can be a great deal.
Feeling better, he managed a light-hearted grin. It was a tough reminder, though, of what he'd have to contend with in a real match. There would be no limitation of merely drawing blood when that time came. Squaring up to Emsul was unnerving. There was determination etched onto his face. He held his sword lightly, almost too lightly, close to the hilt's end so as to maximize reach. The sword moved in Emsul's hand as if attached by a string. The passion Druferius had spoken of was present. Emsul was good, and he knew it. He planned to take full advantage of Shakan being out of shape and revel in his win. Shakan chose not to open the aggression, but to feel out his opponent before he made any clumsy moves. Emsul sensed this and opened with a fast strike that would have taken his scalp off. Shakan's reflexes were well up to it, and the tempered steel of the competition swords rang with the tone of a tuned bell as they met. In that instant, Shakan saw an opportunity to strike, but didn't. He would gain more experience by drawing the match out. Druferius too saw the opportunity go by and sighed. As the match continued, Shakan found that for all Emsul's passion and experience, he was, by the standard Druferius had trained Shakan, rather sloppy. Emsul realized after a while that he was being toyed with. Desperation set in, which led to him going through the motions of practiced moves. Shakan had no trouble with them. When Emsul felt the point of Shakan's sword on his neck, there was nothing to do but concede. He lowered his sword. Beaten, Shakan seized the opportunity and moved so that it caught his left shoulder. A trickle of blood appeared. Shakan turned to Druferius and gestured.
Pay the man his bonus. He drew blood, so theoretically I'm dead.
Disgruntled, Druferius complied. He was pleased, however, with the way Shakan had acquitted himself, and inwardly appreciated the joke. Lavinia held back a desire to run and hug him. Instead, she took his sword from him correctly, as she had done so many times before, as his on-field consort. It was almost automatic. Druferius wanted to say more, but knew this wasn't the time.
We're done for today. Same time tomorrow then.
He said instead. The next day arrived, with Shakan a little apprehensive of what was in store for him. Druferius's parting manner the previous day induced a certain trepidation. An expressionless face greeted him. Glancing around, he saw no fearsome fighter present, keen to win a bonus.
What's up?
I'm not sure, Shakan.
Druferius paused, drew a breath, and continued.
You're good enough for a competition now, and I think you'll get better. But the change in you since your near fatality puzzles me more and more.
He turned around to observe Lavinia in the clubhouse, preparing refreshments.
Let's take a walk on the field.
They walked in silence for a while. Shakan waited for Druferius to voice his concerns.
Your fighting style at first glance is similar. Yet the raw talent you always had seems to have evolved into something else. More eloquent, more sophisticated, like a prince would fight. I for myself find this interesting, but I'm not sure if the crowds will find this cold and clinical approach as entertaining.
He paused again as they continued to walk. The conversation remained one-sided.
What I find even more curious is where did this style come from? I certainly didn't teach it to you, not in your initial training years ago, and not in your current retrain. Never.
Druferius's rhetorical question required no answer. Shakan let him talk.
That is one thing. The other is your character change. I can see that Lavinia suits you well, but you never gave her a second glance before. Even the best of them only lasted a night. Then there is the consolation you allowed Emsul yesterday. Most amiable, but totally out of character.
They continued in silence. Then Druferius stopped and looked directly at Shakan.
I must say that I find the change most agreeable, even though it is beyond my understanding. Sometimes I think you are someone else, which is quite impossible. The disposition I am getting to know since your near death is a welcome improvement.
A look of concern came to him.
This is a tough sport, not without treachery. I fear for your survival, on and off the field, especially with your new approach. Combatants are known to go missing, with no trace of them ever found. As a matter of interest, who were you with the night before you nearly got killed? On the field, it looked like you were drugged.
Shakan sifted through the residual memory for a clue and found it. It added up. The old Shakan had been with the consort he knew only by her exceptional good looks. The same one that had attempted to cut Lavinia's face. Her name was available in the residual memory.
Jennico. I was with Jennico. And you're right. I was drugged. Although at the time it seemed like the after effects of too much drink.
And that, my friend, nearly cost you your life.
Shakan examined the expression on the man's face he had come to know in a relatively short time. A man that thought he had known him for a lot longer. Shakan made a quick decision.
Actually, it did cost Shakan his life. The Shakan you see now is not the same as you knew. This is the same body, that is true, but the person within who currently speaks to you is from another galaxy, so distant as defies explanation.
Druferius's eyes didn't blink. Perhaps it was the amazement as he tried to absorb information far removed from his sphere of thinking. It was obviously true. What he would normally have passed off with a jeer was self-evident. Somehow it made sense of everything he'd been observing, but it produced an uneasy feeling. Shakan knew it would. It was an unfortunate byproduct of truth to those educated in ignorance. Perhaps he should have remained silent, but it was too late for that now. it was time to take responsibility for removing a faulty pillar on which the core of Druferius's understanding rested. So it was that he held out his hand to the older man in front of him.
I am still the same man you have come to know since that fateful day. And notwithstanding the friendship you had for the Shakan that was, it is my sincere wish that we remain the fine friends we have become.
A layer of doubt melted as Druferius reciprocated in extending his hand. The two large hands clasped in a strong grip, and it was done. They were friends. Both men felt a lot lighter on their way back to the clubhouse.
There are small groups of weird mystics among us that have beliefs like these. They are the target of ridicule. It has been said that Mert the physician belonged to such a group, but I never believed it. Now, I could be said to be one of them.
Druferius laughed.
What did you do in your previous galaxy? Were you ever involved in sword combat?
I was a starship captain for freighting missions between trading planets in the Confederation, and as such, the only sword I ever held was a ceremonial sword. Fortunately, there are enough of the old Shakan's memories left in this body for me to draw experience from.
Shakan remembered also the elite electric swordsman of Rowan, where he'd been honorably decorated. That had been the style Druferius had associated with the prince. There was no point in complicating the discussion with this. Druferius had more than enough to get his shaken thoughts around.
Who else knows?
Inquired Druferius, as the concept became easier to grasp.
Lavinia and Mert the physician. Mert somehow knows a lot more about me than I can account for.
He has always been like that. It's a knack he has, almost as if he can read the future. I have learned by experience to take his advice seriously, however unlikely it may seem on first evaluation. On his say-so, he convinced me to take you on and train you as a boy. The original you, I mean. I remember I wanted nothing to do with you then.
Why was that?
Shakan was a terror as a boy, a complete renegade given to bullying and street brawls. But as usual, Mert was right, and we all did very well out of it.
And what about Lavinia? Why did he choose Lavinia?
That's another thing. We all thought he was losing it. No disrespect to a woman, but we turned down much more suitable girls. He just said she was the perfect choice for the trainee position, especially for Shakan, and that we would all see one day. Because of his uncanny insight, we have to take him seriously. I must admit that she turned out to be the most dedicated on-field consort I have ever known, as she knew she had to work harder than the rest. With sheer determination, she blossomed. Look at her now, and what you have made of her. His prediction that she was right for you was once again correct.
Glancing up, they saw Lavinia watching them through the clubhouse window as they approached. Druferius continued.
Today, she is your woman. Somehow Mert knew.
Druferius looked directly at Shakan.
What made you decide to make her your woman? Sorry to ask such a personal question, but I'm curious.
I'm not sure. She helped me in reviving this body, and I think I just needed company. I liked her, and she reminded me of someone. Someone I once knew, but I'm not sure. Possibly I imagined it as I was lost and lonely. She was a great help in my recovery.
Inside the clubhouse, they sat down at a table overlooking the field. Shakan posed another question,
Have you ever asked Mert how he knows these things?
Yes, I have. He just says that it's written. Something to do with the Great Alignment. I don't understand that religious stuff. It cuts a bit close to the weird mystics for me. Although I will have to pay more attention to it now.
Possibly, but I don't know how he does it either. He gave that answer to Lavinia when she asked. Did you ever inquire as to who wrote this information he refers to as written?
No, I never thought to ask.
Lavinia stood ready with a tray of refreshments, waiting for an opportunity to bring them.
Please join us, Lavinia,
requested Druferius. She placed the refreshments in front of the men and sat down beside Shakan.
What of your training today?
She inquired. Druferius took a sip of the refreshment.
This is good. Today I have been the student. Shakan has enlightened me as to the nature of the change in him.
She shot a glance at Shakan for reassurance, not knowing how Druferius would have taken this.
Yes,
Confirmed Shakan. To allay the tension, he added,
we also discussed Mert's uncanny insight.
What intuitive information did Mert share with you?
He knew my name from the previous galaxy, and also that Lavinia was with child. He knew this before we did.
Druferius almost dropped the glass, but recovered quickly.
Congratulations,
He said, taking a firmer grip on the glass. He looked inside it, wishing it contained something a lot stronger.
This calls for a celebration.
He turned around and beckoned to an attendant.
Bring us 3 strong tractions. No, sorry, just 2. She can't have any.
Shakan looked at the drink, not knowing if he should. Then again, this body was well accustomed to it, and for some reason, this day, he felt like partaking. He lifted the glass in unison with his new friend. Druferius proposed the toast.
To the 2 of you, and the child-to-be.
Shakan drank it down in one go, as Druferius did. It was a vicious drink, and he must have winced a bit because Lavinia laughed. Putting her hand around his upper arm, she caressed it with her cheek. She had never known such happiness.
Mert also told us the name the child should have. Zach, which is the same name as a friend in my previous galaxy.
An unusual name, but Mert always knows best.
A renewed vigor came over Shakan, which was probably the drink.
So what of my training today?
Druferius laughed.
Today, my friend, you are to have training of a different kind. Today you learn how to celebrate on crackers.